There are a few ways to craft a sequel to your film. Like, often sequels are held for either tentpole action films like Iron Man, Mission Impossible, Star Wars, or for horror movie franchises, regardless of how they may be. Sure, there have been half a dozen Screams, but there have also been 4 Attack of the Killer Tomato movies. When making a sequel, the most common approach, in my mind, is the latest adventure method, wherein our protagonist just has a new set of problems or villains to overcome. Often these latest adventure movies have some continuity and underlying character arc, but mostly it's just about the adventure. Indiana Jones has The Lost Ark and the Temple of Doom. Thor has Ragnarok and the Dark World, etc. Or in the case of horror films like Friday the 13th or Elm Street, it's just a new batch of victims for our supervillain to terrorize. Another sequel style is the refresh. It's not really a remake because it's not the exact same story as the original. Think like Evil Dead 2, or in some ways it's just a way to reset the universe, like in the case of J.J. Abrams' Star Trek films. It's recasting all of our familiar characters with new, younger actors. Still another sequel style is the epic installment. I mean, obviously think the Avengers Endgame. Like every movie is building to a climactic story point. These types of sequels are essentially 2-hour-long TV episodes that come out every other year, with a whole series taking like a dog's life to complete. And that leaves us with the style of sequel I'll just call The Very Next Day. We saw this with Halloween 2, which just picked up right where the original left off that very night. But unlike the epic installment method, which has a very clear to be continued at the end of each movie, the Very Next Day approach to sequel making just figures, I guess I'll just keep writing this same movie. Why stop now? Which is exactly what Basket Case 2 did. The first film is a classic, what does the police report look like on this exactly type of horror film? Though we're not sure in the sequel there are any police in this universe, nor any single human in New York City alarmed by footage of a blob monster being taken away on a stretcher and immediately killing a hospital guard and escaping. Not to mention, wait, hold on, let me check my notes. Oh yes, this is a sequel to Basket Case. I think I can relax a bit on plot mechanics. It's just a movie about a monster in a wicker basket. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's your favorite film franchise?
Film franchise. I have to say during the pandemic, Godzilla became my boyfriend for like a good,
Oh, yeah.
just because, okay, so I looked up, there's like, I think Sherlock Holmes, Godzilla, and maybe James Bond are the most depicted fictional characters across film.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I was looking at didn't include TV, but the idea that Godzilla kind of tops the list as the amount of movies made with Godzilla in it.
That would make total sense. They've made a ton of those since the 50s.
They've made and what I love when I didn't watch all of them because there's like 20 plus.
Uh-huh.
But I did find it was that kind of thing. I remember a friend of mine said, when there's a translation or an adaptation of Faust just about every 100 years, and you can kind of tell what the zeitgeist of that century was by how they take this classic story. Listen, you can tell what was going on in the world per decade based on what Godzilla's up to.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you absolutely can. And
The
also like
technology,
Mhm.
the reasoning, it's if you like better than any social studies textbook. Just check in on Godzilla.
That's so good. I love that. I hadn't even thought of Godzilla because it didn't really like establish itself as a franchise like in the modern sense of all right, let's try and start the Dark Universe or whatever that they were
Sure,
trying to
sure.
do a while back. Uh yeah, it just was the first movie was popular. Let's just have more
Yeah.
Godzilla doing shit movies.
And I love the serious ones. I love the wackadoo silly ones.
Mhm.
I loved it.
I wrote this question down only because I mentioned film franchises in the intro, which is how I devised my questions, but then I realized I didn't really have an answer for it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like any I've seen most of the Star Wars movies, although at this
Okay.
point maybe I haven't even seen half of them because
Who
there's been
knows?
a
Yeah.
lot more. Uh,
James
I'm
Bond?
I there was a certain point where I loved James Bond in the 80s and then I think I fell off. I love
Okay.
Daniel Craig. I
Sure.
think I just kind of fell off of the Daniel Craig Bond
Okay.
movies.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a horror franchise, and I'm gonna. Our friend Janina Matthewson said this once. She was like, I think consistently the best film franchise is Scream. Like the floor on
Okay.
all of the Scream films is very high.
Okay.
Now,
Sure.
the ceiling, like the very first Scream film, I think really like was huge success. Like
Oh, yeah.
has it's horror homework as we've said.
Yeah.
But for the most part, every other movie is just a bloody Agatha Christie storyline. Like
That's
it's
it.
just a bunch of people who done it.
Yeah.
And I think like Knives Out could be a great series. I don't know that that will continue, but maybe I think a mystery type of series.
I was gonna say Hercule Poirot,
Yep.
Miss Marple, any of those?
I never watched any of those, but now that I'm thinking about like Scream and Knives Out, I'm like, I should just go back and watch the old like, yeah, Hercule Poirot stuff.
Oh my God, my
Get me
mom
a
was
BritBox subscription or
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Well, my mom was obsessed with the Edward Gorey open PBS mystery series, and I was obsessed with the opening animated sequence. And I'd be
Of
like, now it's
course.
just old people boring shit. But I was locked and ready for that animation opening
Yep.
and Diana Rigg. Like even as a young child, I was like, this woman is fabulous.
Well, have you seen, before we get into Basket Case 2, have you seen Basket Case?
No, I've not. I've seen neither Basket Case nor Frankenhooker.
I have seen Basket Case.
Oh,
I have seen, as a kid, I remember seeing parts of it because my stepbrother would watch scary movies and things like that. So I remember seeing some of it and finding it kind of funny, but like
hmm.
disturbing. I just was like, you know what? I got nothing going on tonight, and so Saturday night, I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this fucking movie, and so I watched Basket Case on Shudder.
So did
Uh,
you watch it before we got this homework assignment,
nope,
or
I knew
just
this weekend that we were watching Basket Case 2, and I'm like, look, these two movies are an hour and a half. I'm just gonna
yeah,
watch the first
yeah.
one before I go to bed on Saturday, and then yesterday I watched this one, and uh, I will say this: Basket Case 1, up until it gets real disturbing at the ending,
Hmm.
uh, is a perfect film for anyone who is interested in capturing old New York.
Oh yeah,
It is a
yeah.
lot of Times Square, New York City. It's also a lot of like just it wasn't a trauma film like
Uh-huh.
Basket Case 2, but it has that vibe of it. The characters are all very over the top acting, and they are just filling a very specific New Yorker archetype.
Okay,
And I
great.
was fucking here for it. I
Love
just
it.
loved it. It was so good. But yeah, it picks right up where the
I know.
first
I
one
was
leaves
worried.
off.
I was when I pressed play, I was worried. I was like, "Oh no, am I going to understand?" Oh wait, we're literally getting a recap of the last 5 minutes of Basket Case. I think I'll
Yes,
be okay.
yes. The one thing this movie does leave off is it kind of mentions it, but a lot of people get murdered in that hotel in the first movie.
Sure, because he's
Uh,
going after all the doctors that separated him and his brother in the first one,
yes,
right?
yeah. And also, people keep sneaking into his hotel room to fuck around and find out. And
Oh,
um, anyways, so there is kind of an absence of I would think if not even the New York City Police Department, just the FBI would be like, we have to solve this case. A monster just made primetime New York City news.
but it was also New York in the
Yeah,
80s.
that's
Like they
true.
couldn't even take out the trash. Or was that the 70s? I think that might have been the 70s.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. I mean, it was 1980, which is the 1970s.
Yes, yes. I actually I love in your intro when you're like, we actually get to kind of, we sort of get to see what the police work is like. And
Mhm.
I loved it. That I
Mhm.
could tell. I was like, ooh, fun, Times Square. Um, we have this sort of, okay, so we get the end, which is, Dwayne and, Belial, his
Mhm.
goiter brother, hanging off the edge. They fall to their supposed death, but they're not dead. They load them up into a ambulance, and then we get the news reporters being like, ruckus in Times Square today.
Uh-huh.
as man and half brother who is known by some as grotesque abomination. We now go live to a person who has clearly seen with their own eyes them both.
They interview one of the women that they interview on the news is a character named Casey, who is
Mhm.
a big character in the first movie.
She seemed amazing.
She's really amazing. I fucking love her in the first movie. It's so funny though because these two movies are 8 years apart. And so
Yeah,
me watching them back to back, I was like, I mean, Casey looks 8 years older.
yeah.
Dwayne looks 8 years older. And you're a little bit like, wow, okay. These people went from Casey went from like 30 to 40
Oh,
basically.
geez.
And
Well,
yeah,
I mean, yes,
it's interesting. It doesn't matter. It was jarring when you watch them back to back.
you could kind of tell. I was like, especially in Dwayne, I was like, you're a grown man.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
get a butt shot as well. He's got a cute
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah. You get a wiener shot in the first movie if you're interested at
What?
all. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of get this intro and kind of throughout a couple little flashbacks where basically Dwayne was born with a conjoined twin who was not fully formed on his torso side of his torso, on his right side. And his father was so upset at this like horrible monstrosity and that he had to hire a bunch of doctors, including a vet, to like come and
Sure.
do ramshackle surgery in the basement to cut this thing off. They assumed that the twin died in the operation, but Dwayne dug it out of the trash, and which they literally just put in a hefty bag and left out on the curb
Great.
of the house.
Great. Not even like the biohazard symbol on it.
No, no, nothing.
Just like mix it up with the cat litter,
No.
let it take it to the curb.
And so Dwayne keeps his monster brother. I like your phrase half brother, like quite literally half a brother,
Half brother, yes.
in a wicker basket. So that's kind of what we know. And he set out. He came down from Glen Falls, New York, up above Albany, near Lake George, real
Okay.
town, to New York City to hunt down all of these doctors and have them killed. And other people get killed along the way. But they're in the hospital now after this fall in Basket Case 2. They they kill a guard on duty who's too busy flirting with the hot
Oh my,
nurse.
of course. Of course.
And I love how long this escape from the hospital takes. It's just him in the background moving around while everyone else is just arguing with each other
Just,
because it's New York in
right?
the 90s or
I
80s.
know. New Yorkers are wild.
Uh-huh.
This security guard's like, $100. You're gonna bribe me with $100? That's just gonna piss me off. Inquirer lady.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we meet Marcy, who works for Judge and Jury, I think is
Oh
the
my
name
God,
of
of course.
the tabloid she works for. And she's trying to get into, she's like lying, saying he promised me a 5-minute interview. I should be able to see Dwayne Bradley. But in the meantime, like you just see like Dwayne kind of like sneaking out the back.
Like he's okay, so one, Belial has just like unhinged himself, unshackled himself. Eats that security guard right up.
Mm-hmm.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely delightful.
So good.
And I did realize that there's like a psychic connection between the two of them, which I
Yeah.
loved, especially when Belial's eyes glow and you could tell he's like psychically communicating with his brother because this little prosthetic monster can't talk.
No.
It just goes,
Uh-huh.
but he can have complex thoughts with his brother and his
Yes.
eyes glow, which I was like, chef's kiss. That's amazing. So he gets his brother to like pick him up, scoop him up, and then they like steal a coat from an old man. And Dwayne is like full cast, leg, arm, head bandaged. He's got like his goiter brother under one arm.
Mm-hmm.
He's like put him essentially in a like janitor push cart. Walks right by the entire nursing staff, security guards, a reporter, like literally right behind them all.
Uh-huh.
But while this is going on, and this is where I was like, oh no, have I missed an important plot point? While we're getting the sort of news footage of the incident in Times Square, there's an older woman and a younger woman
Hmm.
sitting in a suburban house watching television. And listen, I'm not telling you how to write your screenplay, but if you introduce characters watching a TV show
Yes.
and then you have them just like get up and leave the room and leave the television on, that's
Uh-huh.
not good. That's probably
No.
not good.
It's nope.
But they're leaving it on for our benefit so we can continue to watch the TV show.
Yes. Yes.
But I was like, oh no, are these, because they are like, yes, it's them. It's them. It must be them. I was like, oh no, are these like important characters from the first one? I don't think they are.
No. They are brand new to this movie. And this is Ruth and
Granny Ruth,
Granny Ruth and her granddaughter Susan.
which I did not realize Granny Ruth is the woman from Superman 3 who gets turned into a robot at the end.
Oh my God. I'd
Yes.
I've forgotten all of Superman. That has Richard Pryor in it,
It's the
right?
Richard Pryor one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And apparently, like when this, because you said there was quite a bit of a lag between these two movies.
Yes.
They, this movie has a bunch of like, trauma list, no
Uh-huh.
name actors. And so they cast this actress, Annie Ross, who had been in these like kind of big budget movies, these like Hollywood movies. So they're like, oh, she's our box office draw.
Yeah, yeah.
And then apparently the director loved her so much, he was like, you just do your thing. I don't even need to direct you. And she did.
She did, and I loved her for it. She does great. She is he's perfectly in the right to just let Annie
Just
Ross do
let her
thing.
cook. So they crawl into their giant van, which I was
Mhm.
like, why are they driving a giant blue? Oh, we're gonna find out.
Mhm.
There's a reason for that.
Well, because they have to go on tour with their podcast.
They do.
They yeah, they head immediately to the hospital. Dwayne is slipping out the back with his brother, and they stop him and they're like, "Hey, Dwayne." He doesn't respond, and then they're like, "Belial,"
Oh, we're
and
friends.
he stops.
Welcome to the Monster Underground.
That's right. And they basically it's like, I knew your Granny Ruth says, "I knew your aunt. I can help you." Get in the van, and they take them away. And Dwayne wakes up in a house surrounded by a bunch of other monster people.
But it's just for like a moment.
Yes.
Just a moment. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, he's having a weird dream or something.
Yeah. And I love this conversation with Ruth and Susan. Ruth is like, oh, he's still badly injured. We got to get that leg back into traction. Go dig my old x-ray machine out of the mothballs.
My old X-ray machine. Like, how old? And does it take more than one person to carry it?
Yeah, and is it a machine or is it like a whole fucking setup in a room? Like, okay,
Unknown.
who knows?
Unknown. I mean, I guess with the amount of work she's doing on, differently structured bodies, listen, you
Uh-huh.
probably need an X-ray machine because you're like, what connects to what
Yeah.
when you meet her brood?
Yes. So this is the point where, as a person who saw Basket Case just hours before watching
Okay,
this
sure.
movie, I was shocked at like the direction this movie went. Right?
Yeah.
Like the first movie, I watched Terrifier and Terrifier 2,
Okay.
and they're both similar movies, although Terrifier 2, which we covered for the show, has more of a slickness to it. It,
Okay.
feels a little bit less gritty, although which sounds impossible.
I know.
Um, but this one, like the first Basket Case, is very gritty. It does look like that kind of classic, like grainy film
Like
at night in New York
handheld
City.
shot.
Yes.
Yeah, handheld. Right.
And this one is colorful and bright. There's in fact a lot of like dayness to it.
Okay, sure.
And also it kind of is less about like, what the fuck is this monster? It's more like, look
Yeah.
at the monsters.
Yeah.
That we're a community of outsider people who the world
Oh
wants
my
to
God.
destroy. Unrelatable story to anyone out there. And so I just found it interesting that it does have kind of like a feel good, we gotta do a bake sale to save the
Yes.
Battle of the Bands, you know?
Yeah.
Is
Like we
kind
got
of what this movie feels like.
we got Jim Henson's basket case.
Yeah, we did. We totally
Like
did.
like everything shy of singing the Rainbow Connection up there in that attic.
There was a quote, I think it's on the Wikipedia page that when this movie came out, Variety, the quote about it called it a hilarious genre spoof that pays homage to 1932 film Freaks.
Yes, it does. Like there was quite a few moments where I was like, man, this movie is really one, like we really care for these monsters.
Uh-huh.
The idea of what makes an outsider, what makes a freak, and then I kind of harken back to the movie Freaks.
Yeah.
So like literally Gooble Gobble, one of us.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's dealing with. So yeah, there's a real like sincerity about what it means to be part of a chosen family or just a family
Yes.
in general. So Ruth so she's taken care of Dwayne, who's still physically infirmed, and
Right,
now
kind
she's
of in a
gonna
coma. Yeah.
yes, now she's gonna go talk to Belial, who there's a
He's in the
very
nursery.
like it feels like E.T. when he's in the
Yes.
closet with all the
Oh
stuffed
my God,
animals.
right? Okay,
Uh,
they have too many toys in that nursery.
that nursery is wild.
Overstuffed.
Yes.
Overstuffed.
And also very clearly like no one is using it because everything's in like immaculate order, which
Oh,
is
of
not
course.
what you would
Yes.
think of in a room for children. So she just is like, hey, bud,
Hey, little buddy.
you're safe here, and I want to take care of you, and just know that you're welcome here, but you do have to live by my rules, and my rule is you're part of a community.
What? Intentional living?
Oh my God. And we see his little hand come up on the shelf. I'm like, oh my God, this is such a different movie. What's happening? And Susan brings in a wicker basket and is like, I hear you like to sleep in one of these.
Like they're like, we want to make you as comfortable as possible,
Uh-huh.
but also here's some rules and some boundaries. And it's honestly when she gets up and talks to the other children
Hmm.
about Belial, I'm like, this might be the most like progressive movie of 1990 in a weird sort of way.
It has to be. It's amazing. It's really, really good. Like,
Like
there's a
especially
moment. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
like coming out of a decade which is all like, you know, bullying, sex pests, calling everyone the F word,
Yeah.
This movie is like, okay, we need to respect Belial's boundaries. He might be a little grumpy. Give him space, but also try to engage him too. Like you're like, what the fuck? Did this woman invent Tumblr?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. This movie is therapied up on a 21st century level. Like, there's a
And it
moment.
doesn't feel, and it feels very authentic and
Mhm.
not like I don't know. It feels it's really sincere about it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. There's a lot of like real clunky shit to this movie,
Oh, absolutely.
but it really does
Mostly the
have.
blocking. The the blocking is rough, you guys. Like there's a whole monologue in which Dwayne is like just does like a little triangle walk and he just walks into chains and then just continue. I can't with the blocking in this movie. But
Yes. But the sincerity is great. There's a moment like late in the movie when they know they have to fight
mm,
and she's rallying the troops and
oh
she
my God.
turns to Elise, who's like the resident poet sensitive kid, and she was like, Granny Ruth says, anyone who is physically capable, I know some of you may not be physically capable, and some of you may actually have some conscientious objection to
Right?
fighting, and we're all going to respect that. And she like
Right?
looks at Elise and nods, and everyone's cool with it. And I was like,
Right?
this is shit people still don't get in this world
Yeah.
as to like how to give people the space they need and how
Yeah.
to approach them. And I don't know, it's amazing. Okay. Well, we get up to the attic, and now we're gonna meet everyone.
Monster roll call.
Monster roll call. This is Lorenzo from South America. He's
Oh
just like
my
a
God.
giant toothy
He's a
mouth
he's like a clam. He's like a giant clam
with big
with
teeth.
no body. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But he has the voice of an angel.
And he sings opera.
He sings opera.
Here's Elise. I think it was Elise. She's got the really tall head and like goggle
She's
looking eyes.
she's kind of shaped like a stalk of broccoli.
Yes. And she's our resident poet. And I here
Yes.
am so mad that she did not
We
recite a
did not
poem.
get to hear some poetry because you
Nope.
know that poetry slaps.
It does.
Like poetry of the other. Come on.
Uh-huh. Tag yourself. I'm Frederick. He's the one with the very long football-shaped head with the eyes in two
Oh, with
different
the
places.
the sloth from
Yeah,
Goonies.
sloth. Yep. And
But
he's
he's
got a
super introverted and he's kind of shy, but he's also the first one when any of us are sad, he's the first one to check in on us. I was like, "Damn."
I love Frederick. I love
I
him
don't
later when he's wearing a mask,
I
and
know.
the
And it
and the
like
mask
covers
is
like
over one eye, but the other eye is way above the
this.
mask.
Oh my God,
It's
I
so
love
good.
it. If I had to tag myself,
Uh-huh.
I would be the guy with the shelf of teeth.
Oh yeah.
I loved him.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I loved him from the moment I saw him, but then at the end when they're having their monster picnic
Uh-huh.
and to watch him try to eat corn was worth the price of admission.
The one the one dude eating corn is straight deep throat that
Oh
corn.
yeah.
He's just
With a hot
bringing
dog,
it.
yeah.
Yep. No, there's a guy with a corn cob where he's just doing in
Oh,
and out of
really?
his
Oh
mouth.
my
And I'm like,
God.
okay, everybody calm down. Oh God, I love the monster roll call. I wish we got to
There's
meet all
like
of them.
there's Mouse. There's like kind of British. He kind of looks like a caricature of King Charles or Prince
Oh
Charles.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
kind of like a mouse British person with like big floppy ears.
Hmm.
There's like guy with worms kind of coming out of one eye,
Yes.
or seaweed coming out of one eye.
Yep.
What else? What else? There's guy with 12 noses who
Yes.
actually kind of speaks. He has kind of like a lead player role amongst the children of Granny Ruth.
Uh-huh. There's also a guy that we see in the background of one scene who just is like repeating mantras to himself of like,
Yes.
you're good enough, you're smart enough, doggone
Yeah.
it,
Oh
people,
my
or
God.
whatever to that
Like
effect.
one of them is like I couldn't see what book he's reading. One of them is like back there reading a philosophy book.
Uh-huh.
This place is amazing.
This place slaps.
Take me to Monster Island.
Yes, wherever in White Plains we are, I don't
Oh
know.
no, they're in Staten Island.
Oh, that's right, they are in Staten Island. That's correct. Yes, we'll hear that from Artie later. Yeah.
And then I think the other like really must mention is the guy who's like, oh, for you Star Wars nerds out there, like his chin kind of extends down and wraps around his shoulder, and his head extends up. He's kind of like a half moon
Yes,
looking guy.
Mac Tonight from the McDonald's commercials
Yes,
in the 80s.
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they all live up in the attic. And so Belial is brought in to meet them all. And then finally we touch on, and also this is Eve, but we just see like a blanket covering something and it says, Eve is very much like you, Belial, but we're just still having a hard time reaching her. But
Very
maybe
withdrawn.
just let her know she has a friend in you. Like just, see, just she'll come out in her own time.
What?
What
So you've
is-
taken the psychopathic monster and you're like, listen, I know this is hard, but here's somebody who's gone through just as much hard life as you.
Yeah,
Maybe you can be like, help somebody.
yeah. So let's go back to Marcy.
Oh, yeah.
She's at her job at the Judge and Jury tabloid newspaper, and her editor, Lou, that's his name. And the editor is like holding up like a mock headline. It's like $1 million reward for finding the missing Times Square twins. And anyways, he gives us a little bit of background that way back when there was this episode with somebody named Dr. Freak,
Yes.
who it turned out was this person born with like 11 arms to a woman
Yeah.
named Ruth. And we're like, oh, there we
Oh,
go. And Lou
but
even
he
suggests
died,
he died. And Lou
but she,
suggests that there's like maybe like a freak community somewhere in the city.
yes, and they might know where the twins are.
Yes.
But essentially, he's like, I want to run a four-part editorial article. What new do we have? And she's like, it's been months. Like, I've followed all the leads.
Hmm.
No one has seen them. And he's like, I don't know, just talk to some doctors. Just, I don't know, just make up. What if they went to Mars? And what if they got abducted by aliens? What if they hitchhiked across America? What if they went to Las Vegas and blew all their savings? Stuff like that.
She asks Lou, hey, if I find them though, do I get that $1 million? And he's like, million? What million?
What are you talking about?
Which instantly she knows now, like, if I get this story, I'm not giving it to this man.
Yes, yes.
So we're gonna meet our first victim. No, our second, because we already killed off the hospital guard.
Yes.
But Marcy calls this man who basically runs a freak show.
Oh my God, this is
Al Barker.
100 smackaroos, 100 smackerinos.
I don't know what state this man lives in, but it is 40 minutes out of New York City. So
this is clearly New Jersey.
Okay, great. But she had seen an ad he had run that promised that he had
Yes.
Belial, the monster from Times Square. So she drives out there to go visit him. She's like, I'll be there in an hour. I'll give you $100 to stay open. He's like,
100 smacker. Like, anybody wearing full long johns
yeah,
in a movie is like, he only has like 7 teeth in his head.
yes.
Delightful.
But there's a knock at the door immediately. He's like, wow, she's already here. But it's Granny Ruth.
What? Why
She's
is
like,
she
hey,
there?
Did you run this ad? I just want to see the monster. I drove all this way. Surely you can let me see the monster. And he takes her through his sideshow. And it is just... it's just stuff. It's just plastic. It's just sculpture of monsters.
Yeah, there's like a sort of life-size mermaid. There's something that actually kind of looks like the thing that he calls an alien actually looks more like Bilal than the Bilal skeleton does.
Yeah, so the Belial skeleton is, when she gets to it, it's like a skeleton, and she's kind of looking at it skeptically, being like,
it's awful big to fit in that basket.
He's like, well, acromegaly. It's where you keep growing after death. You're like, what?
Is that a real thing? What?
No, surely not.
I don't think your skeleton grows
Nope.
at all after death.
But she gets real upset, and she's like, basically says, you're exploiting people. You're exploiting people who are different, and it's contemptible. And I think you owe Mr. Bradley an apology. And she sets a basket down. And when he goes to open the basket, Belial comes out and eats his face. And when Marcy arrives, everything's in shambles. She finds the dead body. We get another he's like stuffed in an aquarium.
Yeah,
Barker
he's
is.
kind of been like half skinned.
Yeah.
He's like sort of in the aquarium where the mermaid was, sort of, kind of.
Yep. Ugh. So now Marcy is teaming up with Artie, this real sleazy photographer.
Oh my God. Timu Sylvester Stallone.
Basically, yeah.
I love 80s, like especially trauma 80s movie. Like, it's unless you have like kind of a slick talking Italian guy, like you're not really making a movie in New York in the 80s.
No.
Who's like, hey, come on, let me give you a back rub over here.
She
he's
says,
cute. He's cute though.
Yeah,
sure. He's a sleaze, but he's cute.
She says to Artie, well, I'm going to Staten Island tomorrow. You want to come? And he was like, Staten Island, I love that place. I'm like, oh my God. That line informs so much about this character.
Yes, absolutely.
We see back at the back at the compound, Ruth is doing therapy with Belial.
What is this movie?
And she's like, we'll talk more time. We'll talk more next time about your separation from Dwayne,
Hmm.
Belial. But today we're talking about confronting your feelings, your anger. Like you don't feel whole. You miss him and you need Dwayne.
But you're
But
also mad at him.
I understand your pain. But ripping faces off of people might not be in your best
It's
interest.
not the best. It's not the best way to get what you want. I love how she like doesn't judge him for it. In fact,
Yeah.
she, via the previous scene, she actively encourages him to murder people.
Uh huh.
But she's also like, you know, if all you do is murder, you're just not going to feel great.
Yeah.
Let's fix the inside, Belial,
Hmm.
before we go on another murder spree.
I loved the this direction because in the first movie, Belial is the monster. Like you don't see a
Yeah.
lot of him.
And I'm sure
But
he doesn't talk, he doesn't express.
he does a lot of the psychic talking to
Okay.
Dwayne. Dwayne
Okay.
has a lot of moments where it's just like a one-sided conversation.
Oh, okay. Sure. Sure.
Um, and the sense that you get from both movies, and this one dives harder into it, which is Dwayne might be the villain of the duo.
Yeah.
Like I know
Yeah.
Belial is the violent one, but
Yeah.
Dwayne is the enabler of the violence.
Yeah.
Like Dwayne is the one who it's not just hunting down the people he thinks have wronged him. It's not just like a premeditated revenge. It's allowing other people to constantly be harmed that shouldn't have ever been harmed. And this lack of awareness, and it's expressed so clearly in the second film, the way he is uncomfortable in this house of freaks, as he says, and is like, I'm not one of them. I don't belong here. And Ruth is like, don't you think you need I'd love for you to come back to therapy. I know it's hard. He's like, I don't need it.
I don't want it. I just want to run away and destroy my old life and start a life anew. And I want to bring your granddaughter, who's very happy here, with me because I'm in love with her. And I know she's pretty, so she's not a freak. Let's go.
He has a love interest in the first movie, and it's almost identical conversation where he's like, nobody's ever treated me the way you do.
Oh.
And he says it again to this woman. I'm like, bitch, you've already used that line.
Yeah. I mean, this scene where the grocery unpack scene, like which again,
Six pack of
blocking.
Jolt Cola.
Oh my, well, okay, apparently there's a reason for this. The director admitted that Jolt Cola got him through the making of the first film. Like he just pounded can after can after can of Jolt Cola. And so they got Jolt Cola to sponsor this movie, which is
Interesting.
why it's everywhere on the screen. And apparently there was also like some promo shots with all the monsters drinking Jolt Cola, which internet, do your work. If you can find that shit
Uh
of the basket case family drinking Jolt Cola,
huh.
I want that on a t-shirt.
As a quick correction, he didn't drink it for the first movie because that was
Oh,
came out
sorry.
in
Was it
1982, which
was
Jolt
it
Cola was.
Frankenhooker?
It might have been that. Yeah, it might have been that. But Jolt Cola, if you are unfamiliar, was advertised as all the sugar and twice the caffeine.
Yes.
So that's what Jolt Cola was. It
I
was
really do miss when more was more.
so bitter, so sweet. It had a lightning bolt on its logo,
Yes.
and I had it one time, and my mom was like, "Never again."
Never again. You
Yep.
didn't sleep for 2 days.
Yeah, and I was an absolute fucking pill. I just was like wired and crashed
Yeah.
so hard.
Hmm. So this grocery unpack scene in which
Uh-huh.
Dwayne is okay, Dwayne's up and moving around. He has gotten a haircut, which makes him look 37 years old.
Yes. Yep.
And he's like clearly crushing on Susan. And all Susan can say is like, I love these guys. I
Yeah.
love my family. I love my life. I love my grandmother. I love the work we're doing. Um, I love every person that lives in this house. I even love you, Dwayne. I think you're the cat's pajamas.
Uh-huh.
And all Dwayne can hear is, let's run away from this life that you love so much because I am finally free of my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. This movie does not paint him as a a fully together human being. Like there's actually it's funny because he goes from this to I will fight for you and fully on your side to
Yeah.
back to this, like
Yeah.
inexplicably at the end. And it's so jarring.
I get the impression that the fall kind of cracked him a bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he was already clearly, he went through some troubles in the first one, but I do
Uh-huh.
get the impression that in this one he is like yes, he may not be doing the violence that Bilal does, but he is like mentally a psychopath.
Yeah. I felt like by the end, like his choice at the end of the movie to reattach
Hmm.
is his like suppressed jealousy that
Yeah,
Belial gets to kill people.
I know he
That
gets
the
to kill people. Yeah,
Yeah, that's secretly what he wants to be able to do, but he has to live as a normal person, but he really wants to be a monster.
yeah, and he has so many monologues where lines where he's like, I wanted to be so normal, like the most normal of normal.
Yes.
I want to be, you know, saltine crackers and, vanilla ice cream
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
But maybe he is secretly jealous that he can't rip people's faces open
Yeah, I think there's something to
because
that.
I think and Granny Ruth just is like, I don't know, kind of internalized it and has created a whole, like, she has like ideals
Uh-huh.
based around those kind of similar ideas. She's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I want to rip some people's faces off, but I want to do it for the good of my family.
My 21st century read on this is like the extremes of allyship, right? That Granny Ruth and Dwayne might be considered like if we have the LGBTQ plus sort of read on this that they may be in the like the queer community but like more allies
Yeah,
to the LGBT crowd,
yeah,
but they Granny Ruth is full in and like there's a selfless help to it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like she has to
Well,
center
she's
herself to run the community, but
yeah,
ultimately everything is for the protection and safety and love of this community. And Dwayne sort of represents the ally who is ultimately going to try and co-opt the story. He's
yeah,
going to try and he learns that like, oh, look at all that you gain by claiming that you are oppressed and that
hmm,
you feel pain and like
yeah,
I'm going to usurp that narrative for
yeah,
myself. Yeah.
yeah.
What if I what if I'm a trans woman and I could just go into a bathroom
That's it.
and you're like, "Oh, no, you just want to harm women." That's your
Yeah,
story. Yeah.
yeah. You just want attention.
Uh-huh. Anyways, uh Dwayne is struggling and he is confusing Susan's appreciation for him and love for everyone with we're both normal, let's get out of here. So he's got to go talk to his brother
Hmm.
and he kind of has the big talk of, "Hey man, I see you've met this girl."
You
Like
met a girl.
yeah, he's like
You're
holding
you're you're in
hands.
you're in therapy.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think we're kind of, maybe it's time we like split up.
Yeah,
You're happy here.
my
I mean, I'm
tattoo's
not
over.
unhappy, but like, I'm kind of, want to like live my Zen and the motorcycle, kind of
Yeah.
fantasy and like road trip across America or something
Uh-huh.
without a basket attached.
Yeah. And he he says he tells Belial, who's listening patiently
Hmm.
to all of this until Dwayne says, also, Belial asks him telepathically, "You in love with Susan?" And he
Yeah,
says, "Yeah." And then Dwayne says, "And I think she loves me too." And that's when Belial starts laughing at him.
I love it.
It's great. I'm like, Belial is showing growth.
Yeah,
I mean, he's being mean to him, but he also
sure.
like he's laughing at him because it is absurd.
It's also, I think it's also, I don't have 100% factual read on this, but I'm pretty sure it's the same
It
actor.
is.
So
Yep.
that way it has this sort of like talking to himself in a mirror kind of aspect. And it's not in every shot, clearly, but there are certain shots where like the actor plays both Dwayne and Belial
Yeah.
that kind of like make it really creepy.
Yes. Yeah. Because yeah, when there are times when Belial is actually a person in the suit
Yes.
in the face,
Hmm.
and you can see Dwayne's face in that. Okay, so Marcy,
Unfortunately,
Marcy and Artie show up, and Ruth's got her whole thing down with Marcy of like, I don't do anything with anybody anymore.
yeah,
I'm retired. My only clients are a couple old ladies in the neighborhood.
yeah. I just live in a big old house. Just let me retire in peace. Please leave. Don't ever call on me again.
But right when she's getting ready to leave, fucking Dwayne shows up with a basket,
Do you
and
think she
it's
recognized me? I don't think she recognized me. She didn't say anything 'cause she didn't recognize me. I think she would have said something if she recognized me.
she clearly recognizes
Yes.
Dwayne, and Marcy is giddy
Yeah.
because she's like, "Hey, Artie, we are not selling this story to Lou. We
No,
are,
this is like book deal time.
yes, we're talking seven-figure TV movie rights. Like we're,
But
yeah,
even then, it's like, okay, okay,
yeah,
let's game this out, Marcy.
yeah,
So she has the photographer. She's like, just get a photo of Dwayne first,
yeah,
just nice and easy, just to prove that he's there.
uh huh,
And then we'll come back later and we'll see if we can like leverage that into an actual interview.
uh huh.
Because here's the thing, if you want to write a book about somebody, especially as somebody like you need the interview, right?
You do.
So you can't just like coerce them into it,
No.
which is unfortunately where her, sleazy photographer friend doesn't really understand
Uh huh.
that they kind of have to be on your side a little
Yes.
bit.
Yeah.
Not before she sees a living gargoyle and a frog person. Just wanted to point that out because I fucking
I love
love
the
the frog
frog.
person.
Love the living gargoyle. I love that the gargoyle is attached to the roof of the house, but also is joining in on the picnic night at the
It
end.
just hangs out up there.
Yeah.
So it's like it's I don't know, it's like I can live, it's passing.
Uh huh.
It's like
Yes.
I can just, as long as I just hang out on the roof, people don't know that I'm an actual gargoyle.
Yeah. It's passing.
And I get to go outside. And the same with the frog person. It's like, as long as I just sort of stay in the hedges,
Uh
which
huh.
is my favorite thing to do, people leave me alone.
Well, obviously, Ruth knows that Marcy clocked that Dwayne is Dwayne, and that
And so she
they're
puts,
they're gonna come to this
yeah,
place, and that's when Dwayne has the switch because he keeps talking about
yeah,
leaving, and she's like, "You can do whatever you want, my dude, but they're going to hunt us whether you're here or not."
yeah.
And he's like, "You
It's,
know
and it's
what?
because of you. Like we were living the quiet life for, a decade,
Uh huh.
but it's because of you and your brother that they're coming after us.
So
So
you two
we
could
either
leave, but
have to,
that's not going to stop them from getting
yeah.
all of us." And
So
he's like,
she
"Uh
puts
huh.
on her best choir robe
Yep. Mm hmm.
to to preach
Mm hmm.
to her family.
Yep. The wolves are once again at our door. The hateful eyes of the outside world. Our sanctuary has been violated.
Oh my God.
We could run. We could hide. Or we could fight. It's the
Ah!
best halftime speech at this football game.
Yes, absolutely. And they're like, so, we know that they're going to come for us. And I say, we let them in.
Welcome them with open arms.
Oh
So
my
good.
God.
So good. Um, yeah, because they know they know if the police aren't here already, that
Hmm.
means Marcy is sitting on something. She wants something
Yeah.
else out of this. So she, it's very clear she's trying to get photos of it. She's trying
Yeah.
to like bring the whole thing down. Okay. I love that we have a bunch of like monsters also like just like dancing in the same. I don't.
Yes.
It's just very funny.
Yes.
All right, so we've got this whole scheme where like Ruth and Susan are gonna like leave in the van, but
But leave
clearly,
all the house lights on. Yeah.
and Artie is just gonna go up to the building. Marcy's like, just get a shot of him. Don't get his brother. It's too
Hmm.
dangerous. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm
I'm a
tough. I got
professional.
this.
I know what I'm doing. Watch the master at work.
Anyways, he sneaks in through a window, follows Dwayne upstairs, like overhears a conversation with Dwayne into the attic of like, well, they've gone and it's just us here. I'm going to go down to the basement. I know you can't make it, so you just wait in the attic by yourself and I'll just be
Hmm.
back in a minute.
Incapacitated in the attic.
Yes.
Too sick and weak.
Uh, so he draws Artie up there. Artie tries the whole into the darkness of the attic. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to get a couple of photos. There's going to be a loud flash, but it's just a flash.
Just a bright flash. Yeah.
Room of monsters.
Yes. Absolutely.
This is such a silly death because he doesn't immediately get the fuck out of there.
Oh my God. Well, he just continues to take photo after photo after photo after photo after photo.
The monsters just kind of keep nearing on him, and then they grab him and his camera, and then they just keep taking photos of themselves
Yeah.
eating him.
Like they're having a little monster party, photographing Belial eating his face.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Marcy sees all of this
Uh
in silhouette in the attic, like the burst of flash, and there's like, his hands,
huh.
which leads me to wonder, who were their neighbors?
No one.
Because, listen, these rules get like, there's a lot of screaming coming from this house.
Uh huh. A lot of
And maybe
crazy
there's
shit.
a monster picnic on the lawn.
Even in Staten Island, it is hard to find that private of a
Yeah.
home.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
Marcy's terrified.
yeah, Marcy's terrified. She's pretty sure she just watched the silhouette of Artie getting killed.
Yeah.
So she calls Phil, the private eye, and we get the
Oh my God.
classic private eye office
Oh.
trope of
Yep.
the Venetian blinds shadowing the room, a
Hmm.
ceiling fan whirring, the city in the
I
background.
love it.
He even says, Ruth, huh? That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Like, how would you be connected with this? Anyway.
So Phil, the PI, he gets Susan on the phone at the house and is like, you let me talk to Dwayne or cops will be at your door in 30 seconds. And she puts Dwayne on the phone. He's like, I want to meet you in a bar,
Yeah.
just you and
I
me.
just want to talk.
Just want to talk. No brother. Don't bring your brother. I'm not going to bring cops. Just whatever. So he goes to meet him at this dive bar. This fucking scene.
This is so good.
I laughed so hard when the reveal happens, but they sit and talk for a bit,
Yeah.
and they get into the conversation about, Phil is like, hey, you could honestly like
Yeah.
you could live a normal life. You're normal like me.
You're a normal person. Like, you don't have your brother attached to you anymore.
Yeah, just why are you
We're
tied
normal
with this?
people. You can just live a normal. And Dwayne's like, normal, huh? A normal according to who?
Let's take
I
a
mean, like,
poll.
when the majority is one thing and you're another, you're not normal. And I mean, you're probably used to being in the majority, but what about this bar? Just, for fun. Let's just ask everybody in this bar if they think we're normal.
And everyone in the bar turns around and they're all the monsters with just like a standard, just
Like
white
a little,
mask on.
like a little face, like a human face mask. Some of them more successfully than others.
It's like the Jabberwocky mask, just that plain
Yes.
white human face mask, and uh it's so funny the way in which Frederick's eye is way up high above. That's like
And some of them can like you can tell that they can't even have like tied the mask. It's just sort of like oh, I love it.
I was like, oh wow, I'm just now noticing that everybody's head is about the size of, an end table.
Well, they do a really good job of keeping like the limited people you see. It's just like, there's somebody sitting at the bar with our back to us.
Hmm.
Somebody kind of walks in, and that's kind of when I was like, that person's head is completely shiny.
Hmm.
But they're kind of a normal human shape. It's one of the
Yes.
more human. It's the guy with all the noses,
Yes.
which who has like, relative use of the rest of his body,
Hmm.
so he's got a hat pulled down low.
Yep.
I loved it.
It's so
And
good.
this PI is like, oh fuck.
Uh-huh.
Everybody stay cool, stay cool. And he pulls out a gun. He's like, I'm just gonna edge my way out of here.
But he
He's
ends up
like,
in
do
the
you
kitchen.
do you feel normal? I mean, ends up in the kitchen and he finds the actual bartender whose face has been ripped off.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there's Belial.
And there's
Monster fight.
Belial. Yep. Oh, Phil, the actor playing Phil. I've lost his
So
name on here, but he gets to do a full, I'm gonna fight a puppet.
yes,
He's gonna fully fight a fucking
I
puppet.
love it. And crash into 200 cans of empty Jolt Cola.
So good.
And he
Uh,
like shoots through the door. It's interesting. I really do wonder about this is the moment where I was like, man, these other monsters, like Belial, he's kind of their assassin, right? Like
uh-huh.
he's killed before, he knows how it's done, he doesn't mind doing it again, this time for the greater good.
Yeah.
But these other monsters, they seem very sensitive.
Yes.
Having to like watch this murder. This is the first time they've seen. No, no, oh no, they've now seen two murders,
Uh-huh.
but they kind of took part in the second one. That felt like bloodlust. This one feels a little different
Yeah.
in that they're like, I don't know, should we have killed this guy? I'll be fine.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, because it is a little bit like you're all ultimately leading to our downfall.
Yeah.
So the fact that you showed up here doesn't matter if you're like, you know what, now that I realize what's happening, you guys just live your own lives. You're like, no, it doesn't work like that anymore.
No.
You
No.
can't actually witness us or
Yeah.
you will die. So they find in Phil's wallet, they find Marcy's actual home address in Flushing,
Sure.
Queens. Yep.
Why not? And I love the chat. They're like, of course it's Flushing.
So now it's time to go hunt down Marcy. And they get their asses out there. Marcy, okay, this sequence in Marcy's apartment cracks me up so much because she's in the bathroom,
Yeah. Just got out of the shower.
just got out of the shower, plugging in her hair dryer, and then the phone rings, so she has to like cross. It's all one shot. She has to cross
Mhm.
back into the living room. This happens a couple times, like no one answers the phone, no one on the other end. She goes back into the bathroom, turns on the hair dryer for 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
And
you
she,
do not want to over dry your hair, you guys. Like that's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
that's gonna create really massive split ends and heavy frizz. But 4 seconds is not very long.
It's not.
She's
It's not.
all
Well, she
done.
hears something. Well, she hears something.
Oh, does she hear a thing? I
Yes.
just didn't note from her
No,
performance.
no, but it is like comically short. But
Okay.
she hears something and she's like, huh, what's that? And does the exact same thing. And this time the window's been broken in.
And she tries to call, but the phone cord is cut.
Oh no.
There's Dwayne. Oh, hello. I thought you wanted to meet me for a big story.
She's
I
like,
got my
"Yeah,
brother here too.
here's a basket.
Yeah. She's like, tonight's not a good night. It's bad. He's like, oh, that's not a way for a reporter to behave. And he opens the basket, but there's no Belial.
He's like, oh yeah, I already let him out. He's
Yeah.
somewhere around here.
Oh, dear.
He was really excited to talk to you.
Oh, my God. She's trying to be like, well, okay, you know what? I swear I won't write the story. I give it. You guys just do your thing. And he's like, it's it's really up to Belial. Maybe you should ask him some questions about his life, and then he'll rip your face off.
Yeah.
It's this scene where I'm like, he's so relishing the
Yeah.
murder
Yeah.
and the psychological torture that comes with it that I'm like, oh, he's like, there's something like animalistic about Belial that it's like he feels like a feral animal that has to feed.
But Dwayne is like a Norman Bates.
Yeah, Dwayne is like
Like
must like torture people. Like I have to
like
play with
like
them.
Norman Bates can't kill anyone.
Yes.
Norman Bates needs Mother to kill them.
Yes.
Dwayne could never kill anyone, but Dwayne will facilitate Bilal to kill somebody.
Yes. And I think this is like the moment where he's like, I can't. It's that turn where he's like, I'm the freak. Like
Yeah.
I'm the one who can't. I want to do these fun things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so finally he's like, oh, she tries to run away, but there's like monsters in every corner of her
Everywhere.
house, even
There's
on
a
the
frog in
fire
a window.
escape.
There's everything. Which
And
again, I'm like, listen, you can't do anything in Flushing without neighbors seeing you. So how I don't know how
who
this
knows?
all happened.
No, nobody. There are no neighbors anywhere.
There's no one in the city of New York.
No. And anyway, so Dwayne finally is like, oh, look at that basket over there. What's in that basket, Marcy? And she opens the basket, and Belial leaps up onto her face. She's got a knife, but she never uses it.
No, of course not. Drops that the second. Now, when our private dick got dead,
Uh-huh.
got his really amazing special effect. Like you could tell Bilal like ripped a
His
chunk of
lips.
his face. Also, his teeth are exposed.
Uh-huh.
But like after with the struggle um with Marcy, Dwayne's like, oh no, Marcy, now you're starting to look like a freak. And it like cuts down to Marcy and she's dead, and her face has been like swirled up into a Mr. Swirly.
Yeah. A lot of this reminded me very much of like Beetlejuice style effects, right? Like that felt
Yeah.
like,
It's like Beetlejuice meets society.
yes, yeah.
Like you could stretch someone's skin and it stays in that elastic position.
It's way edgier than Beetlejuice, but like way less gloopy gloppy than Society.
Yes, for sure.
So Marcy's done, and now let's have a freak picnic.
Oh my God, I love this so much. They're like, barbecue time, midnight picnic.
Let's slob this corn cob. Let's just
Oh my
let's and
God.
it's all of these people wearing these elaborate monster masks trying to shove
I know,
chips
like
and
actual
hot dogs
food.
into them.
And some of them are feeding each other. The frog person just has like a gallon jug of live goldfish that he's just like slopping into his mouth.
Uh-huh.
Granny Ruth is there. She's like, eat, eat, my children. There's plenty of food for everyone. But Susan's like, wait, where's Dwayne? You know what? I'm kind of chilly. I need a sweater, and I'll go find Dwayne.
Yeah. Also Belial is not at the picnic because Susan was like,
Yeah.
he hasn't had spent much time with Eve, and I want them to be together. Okay, so sorry to keep referencing the
Oh.
original, but it's not a similar plot ending, but there's a lot of similar things happening at the end of both movies, and there's like a deep, like dark cynicism
Okay.
to both of these movies that I found very troubling in the first one, but in this one was like, it's still kind of troubling because it is so cynical. It's like
Mhm.
tragically cynical. But yeah, there's this sense of like Dwayne has snapped back into like, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
Susan, we gotta get out of here. Me and you,
When
we're
in
the
his mind, he's
normal
like, I've
ones.
done my duty to the community.
Yeah,
I've killed off the oppressors. Like
yeah.
I've killed off the pursuers. Let's you and me get out of here. You're
And
normal. I'm normal. And she's like, I'm not really normal. I belong here.
yeah,
And
she's
that's the
like,
second time she said, I'm not normal. And he doesn't seem to hear her.
no,
Hear
and
the words she's saying.
she's like, they're kissing and they're getting onto the bed. And she's like, there's something you should know. I have been with a man before. He's like, that's fine. That's
That's
no worries.
fine.
I'm like, let her finish.
I know. Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
she's like, it's a lot kind of mixed up inside. He's like, oh, sure, that's just going to happen. A lot of mixed feelings. Well, no, it's
Yeah.
not really feelings.
Like I've been pregnant for 6 years.
And it doesn't want to come out just yet. Uh,
And Granny's like, he'll come out when he wants to.
and then she's got her front of her like outfit open and her belly opens up and this alligator demon pops up just
Like
and then
like
goes back
literally
in.
like literally face to face with Dwayne Garland. Like, leave my mother alone.
And
Amazing.
uh meanwhile, we keep
Oh,
cutting
yeah.
back to Belial and
Oh my
Eve,
God.
and it is revealed that Eve's face is
Mhm.
Susan's face.
Yes. And
And
the two of them are having the most ecstatic fuck session,
it's
which is amazing and
uh-huh.
a true master of like cinematic celluloid history,
Yes.
but also what they fucking with.
We don't know. It's very funny because when they first start touching each other, there's like lumps all over each of their bodies, and
Oh God.
so
It's
I
like
really it's disgusting, but I really love it because there's like a moment where a hand touches this like lumpy part of the body in a
that
way that
literally looks like a chicken wing.
yeah, but it's like
They're
in the way
exploring
that
each other's
like
bodies.
in the way that like a human sex scene might show
Yeah.
people like touching nipples, touching the clitoris,
Yeah.
touching the grabbing the balls,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
whatever. Like,
they're just making each other like at one point, like Bilal like caresses her feet and you see her just like shudder. Like,
so there's this sense of like, what are all the body parts? Some of it, like, there's a hand, there's a foot, there's a
because
face.
Eve has like one like a very well manicured human hand, which honestly I was like, listen, if you only have one pretty hand, you got to make that one hand extra pretty.
Yes, yes. And so there, I just love that there's this very conscious question in the air of like, what are they fucking with? Like,
I
what are
know.
your dirty parts? Like,
Like because then next shot they're like they're humping,
yes,
like full humping.
yep.
I also love the weird like before um Susan's reveal, Dwayne's like, "Wait, I'm getting he's like I'm getting a psychic reading from Paul. He's
Something's wrong.
And Susan's like, "Is he in love too? He's having sex for the first time
Yeah,
and he's loving it."
yeah. Which gives you the sense too that you're like, oh, well, she's connected to Eve, so she also knows that Eve is in
You
love with
do
him.
wonder about that, but I think Granny Ruth said that like they're like we don't know where Eve came from.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Uh, anyway, so but when Susan reveals the alligator in her belly
Hmm.
to Dwayne, he is freaking out.
Like, why? I thought you were normal. I thought you were my escape hatch. You're the love of my life.
And he's just like, it's so tragic. Like, it is like a real character, right? Like, it's the violence in men who can't confront
Yeah.
things. And
And
he
Susan's
is,
like, just look at me. Just
look at,
look.
don't do this right now.
Talk
Just
to me. Look at me.
let's sit, let's
We can
talk.
get through this.
And he's just swinging his arms violently around, and he ends up pushing her through the window, and she falls out of the window and crashes down onto the picnic table below.
Oh my God, then all the monsters crying in pain because they
Oh,
because they love Susan so much.
yeah, and she's dead now. And
Granny Ruth is like, find Dwayne.
Dwayne immediately, like, his brain has gone full. Like, we were joking as we were starting the recording of, we just 2 days ago did the Patreon for Dead Ringers.
2 days.
2 days ago, like, the same day we did Dead Ringers, I watched Basket Case, the first movie, and it was it's so funny what like a double feature That
Yeah.
is.
That's actually a quadruple feature
Yes.
because there's four of them
Like there's
now.
four of them. Yeah, and but yeah, there's a scene in Dead Ringers
Hmm.
that wherein you have a character who's done something really really extreme and he's not acknowledging what he's done. He's like
Yes.
muttering to himself and just walking right past it.
Yeah.
And this is a similar thing with Dwayne of like, she warned me, she told me she was one of them. And I just I was thinking metaphorically, like I just wasn't really processing.
Maybe I'm
Shit,
broken.
yeah,
I'm
maybe
wait,
it's
I'm
me.
broke. You know why I'm broken? Because I miss half of me is gone. I'm only half a person.
Yeah. And he goes and this is so like so tragic. And he goes and
Yeah.
grabs a baseball bat, conks Belial on the head while while he's doing aftercare with
Post
Eve.
coitus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah,
might as well be smoking a cigarette in bed. But it's like the happiest this monster creature has ever been.
yeah.
And his brother is fucking psychologically cracked. And he's like, see, the problem is
Uh huh.
we're incomplete without each other. And he takes Belial down into the nursery, and he's like, he's got a needle the size of like essentially a knitting
Yeah.
needle, but with an eye at the end of it. And he's like, so we've got to reattach. We've got to reattach.
And he does. He reattaches him, and it's so sad because like Belial is screaming in pain because he's
Yeah,
puncturing both of their skin, and blood is everywhere. And yeah, it's like Belial isn't attacking him. Belial
yeah.
is
Belial's now the
pain.
victim.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the monsters are comically hunting throughout the house.
Yeah, it is the most Jim Henson.
Like just like, oh
Here
no.
for.
Yeah, yeah. Like when the Mummenschanz came on, the
Yep.
Muppet Show.
Uh-huh.
But they finally, I think they kind of like burst into the room. They find the two of them, and it's the big reveal.
Yeah.
Dwayne and Belial have reattached.
They're like, Dwayne! And we see the full body shot of him with Belial reattached, and he says, hey, it's okay. We're together again. Credits.
Amazing.
The end. Shall we rate this movie, Cecil?
Yes, let's.
All right. Let's start with approachability. If you are horror movie squeamish, how approachable is Basket Case 2? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all approachable, 10 being very approachable, I would say I'd give Basket Case 2 like 6 surgical quality knitting needles out of 10. Like it's violent, it's bloody, it's disgusting. It's also like Jim Henson, Tim Burton level of a lot of that.
Like it's trauma.
It's trauma. It's really goofy and
Yeah,
silly. And I think the end is very cynical. But I
yeah,
think for the most part, this movie is not mean spirited. I don't know. I think there is like it's a lot like Toxic Avenger. Like it is just like outsider just being like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's kind of a revenge fantasy sort of thing of like what if instead of just fighting the cops at Stonewall, what if we ate all their faces? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah, and
yeah.
it's so the tone of this whole thing is silly, grotesque, and it's also comedy. I think it's like of a mindset. In fact, uh I now that I'm seeing this in my notes, I was like, I think one of the ideas I had for an intro is to talk about the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, yeah.
This is very,
Yes,
very Garbage Pail Kids. Look it up.
absolutely.
It's amazing if you don't know what Garbage Pail Kids are, or Ren and Stimpy. So
Yeah.
I just think that that's what this is. So content warnings, a definitely strobe light effect,
Oh, for
uh,
sure.
the body horror, medical torture, blood, gore, jump scares. So there's all of that. But to speak nothing of approachability, how do you rate this as a horror film, Cecil?
As a horror film, it was a lot of fun getting to watch like a true classic trauma movie because I don't
Uh
think we've
huh.
watched one of those in a while, which I think holds a very particular place in the world of horror. And
Yeah.
this one is weirdly progressive for 1990.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I don't know, I would give it like 7 out of 10 um, baskets. Just straight
Wicker
up
basket.
baskets.
Yeah, just wicker is the most 1980s thing you can own.
Yes.
Well, let's figure out what movie we are going to watch next. You've got a scare die. I've got a style die. We'll roll those up and see what movie fits those two things. Cecil, on your scare die, if you roll a 1, our next movie's scare is Psycho Killer. 2, Bad Mom or Bad Dad. 3, Technology. 4, Alien. 5, Vampire. Or 6, Religion. What's our scare?
That's a 4.
Alien. All right, we're going to match up your Alien with whatever I roll and for the style die. And if I roll a 1, our next movie's style is a foreign film. 2, it's got to have a one-word title. 3, it's got to be animated or a musical. If I roll a 4, it's got to be from 1991. If I roll a 5, it's got to be horror homework, essential horror movie viewing. Or 6, it's a wild card, whatever alien fucking movie we want. So let's see what we got here. Shake my dice cup. I got a 6, wild card.
Oh my.
All right. So, listen, we wrote down 6 different alien horror movies. Let's talk about the ones we picked, and then we'll roll a die to see which one we get. What did you write on your list, Cecil?
So out of my 3, I try to give like a variety.
Uh-huh.
So the first one I picked was No One Will Save You,
Hmm.
which is a film that I have not seen. It's from 2023. Looks very modern thesis horror. Like, yes, there's spooky, scary alien sequences, but it's also like, overcoming grief is a big part of the narrative or
Uh-huh.
something like that. But I've not seen it. It's got decently good reviews. Excited to see it. In the opposite end of the spectrum, I put a 80s classic, Night of the Creeps,
Okay.
which is absolute camp. Aliens come to sorority row, turn people into zombies. It's kind of what inspired Slither. And I was like, ooh, should I put this one or Slither? This one or Slither? Night of the Creeps kind of won out in the end just because it is 80s schlock-tastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last pick on the other end of the spectrum is the 2009 film Pandorum, which is kind of which I know I've seen before, but it's been so long since I've seen it, I couldn't remember a damn thing about it, except it's kind of Hellraiser meets Event Horizon with Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster.
Okay.
I wanted something really scary. I wanted an
Okay.
actual scary, creepy alien movie.
Interesting. I like all of those. I have not seen any of those films. All of those sound really fascinating. I wrote 3 on here. One I have seen, and it is horror homework, and it is just Alien. We haven't
Yeah,
covered Alien yet for this show.
we've
Um,
only covered like Alien 4, right?
I think so.
Resurrection?
Yeah, I think we did Resurrection. That's it. So it would be nice to kind of like cleanse that palate a little bit
Yeah.
and go back to the original and answer the age-old question, should you save the cat? Yes, you should.
Hmm.
Next one I picked is The Faculty, which I've never seen.
Yes.
This is early 2000s, Robert
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
very much that.
Love Robert Rodriguez. This movie gets a lot of love from a lot of people, and so I'd love to check it out. Love to see it. I think, if I remember correctly, did this movie... Oh, no, wait. This was late 90s. For some reason, You know what I was thinking of was Idle Hands.
Okay.
I was thinking of Idle Hands, which was released right after 9/11, and they had to like back it up because they were like, we
Oh, yeah.
can't have, we're just, anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Columbine that threw this one off. I can't remember. But for some reason, I thought The Faculty got delayed because of something in news.
Oh, well, it's 1998, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Anyways, cut all that. And then the last one is another one that gets a lot of burn. It's a contemporary alien superhero, like a subversion of Superman. What if Superman, but violent and horrible? And it's
Ooh.
Brightburn.
Yeah, I've not seen this either.
I really don't know much about this movie other than it comes up on a lot of like on our Letterboxd when something kind of matches people throughout Brightburn, and I think it has kind of a pretty hardcore following. And I'm just like, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Looks dark. I like a superhero subversion. So those are our 6 movies. Let's roll a die.
Okay.
Is it my turn or your turn to roll the die? I always
I
forget.
can't remember.
I think it's
Maybe
mine.
your turn?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Shake the cup. Give it a good shake. 5. We're going to do The Faculty.
Oh, here we go.
You've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cast
Well,
is stacked.
we don't do a lot of 90s horror, so it's just nice to like land in that. Um,
This will be a blast.
okay, I'm very excited. Super excited. I hope it has to do with twins unable to separate from each other, just to keep that theme going as long as we
Yep.
can.
Only twin movies.
Only
Only twinning.
twinning. Isn't that a T? All right, well, there we did it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on Basket Case 2 or ideas for other movies that would have been your wild card alien horror film, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on Patreon. And on Patreon, we have public discussion threads for every episode, and you don't have to be a paying member to participate. There is a free membership there. So watch The Faculty 1998 with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no girls crashing your monster picnic or nothing. Boo.
Boo!